Yeah, but I don't know. I guess we'll see if, what is this supposed to be? Oh, it teleports me. Okay, well, actually, no, I kind of like that. Alright. I dig that. That solves all of my problems, all of my issues. Let me store some shit. God. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye. I'm keeping that. Don't need these. Don't need that, don't need this. Feel good about that. Alright. Yeah, man. I mean, what more is there to say? It's kind of all I've been up to. I mean, I've been reading some comic books. I've been investing myself in some Doctor Who, extra Doctor Who stuff. I always enjoy that, like reading short stories and audiobooks and stuff. Been trying to work my way through all of the first Doctor stuff that I can kind of find. I recently listened to... I don't think I've talked about this before because I kind of thought this would be a bit of a bland topic. All right, well maybe I'll just go for the kill here.
Gadwin's secret move, Dragon King Slice.
Let's use up all our SP. Actually, I could kind of spam Symphony with her instead.
Try this one.
Let's go. So yeah, I've been listening to the first Doctor... First Doctor Chronicles, First Doctor Adventures, whatever. But they're newer. And they're done with David Bradley. So if you've watched Doctor Who, in the Peter Capaldi era, the 12th Doctor era, they had an episode, I think it was his last episode, right? Where they crossed him over with the first Doctor. The first Doctor shows up, and he's played by David Bradley. So they brought him back to do some audio adventures, just in the first Doctor area. And they're like, genuinely, really comfy. Really comfy. I like them a lot. Because they're right in that, like, sweet spot, I feel, for the first Doctor, which is, like... It's not super early on. It's after they've kind of, like, bonded a bit. But it is the original TARDIS team with, like, Ian, Barbara, and Susan. And their dynamic is, like, so good right from the get-go that it just works, you know? And they can do... So usually they'll do, like a normal, like, science fiction story, and then they'll combine it with a historical thing. They've done some really interesting ones. They did the Phoenicians. They did Last of the Romanovs. That one was good. But I really like them a lot. Like, I've been really happy with those specifically. They've just been really fun. And it's basically just an audio book, but like it's acted out by each actor, and there's, you know, they do the sound and shit. That guy was really easy.
All right, big win for us.
So it's like watching an episode, but without there actually being something to watch. You just listen, and they do all the sounds, so it, you know, it's not just voice acting by itself, which would be kind of maybe disappointing, but they're really well done and they're really fun. I like them a lot. Did I get any items from that? Anything interesting, at least? I wanted to save after that. Yeah. Plus, they had some really cool ideas. They did one with the Master. I think it was TikTok. Was it TikTok World? Which would have technically been the first chronological story in which the the doctor met the master. And I thought, wow, that's a really cool thing to do. That's really sweet. I didn't expect it. I was like listening to it. I'm like, oh my god, they just did a master story. They brought this is the fucking master, dude. He's here. They did Return to Skaro, which was fucking sick. Domain of the Vord. They brought the Vord back for an episode. Okay, this looks scary. Oh, it's Mullen and Fina. What's that? No. I cannot fail. Not here. Not yet. Help someone! Hold on, Fina. I'm coming. Justin? Oh, hell yeah. They knew that I had Dragon Cut and that it was an overpowered ability that I have. I've come to help Fina, Mullen. Now I finally understand what Lean was trying to say. The spirits will bless us if we fight with one heart together. If the will of humanity and the will of the spirits become one, any miracle can happen. We can defeat Gaia and build a new future. Justin, your sword. I can feel the power of the spirits in it. The sword was given to me by the spirits. It will forge a new future for all of us together. Justin, at long last, the spirits have accepted you. No, it cannot be. Spirits could never forgive humanity's sins. How could the spirits ever forgive us for what we've done? Mullen, the spirits have never forsaken us. The spirits have never stopped extending their hands to us. It is we who have forsaken the spirits. Mullen, just like you are doing now. What? What nonsense! Justin, what good is all your talk? Show me proof that what you say is really so. Show me with your sword. Alright. Mullen and alright, let's fight Mullen. Okay. This is definitely a good time to fight Mullen. Alright, friend, if this is what you asked for this, just know that you asked for this.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice. Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
Good luck, Mullen. Good luck, my friend. Hope you get an attack off.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
That's gotta put him at least at half health. Oh, it's more than half. Sorry, guy. Oh, we can just do regular V-slash. This might cancel. Cancel? Nope, just regular. That's fine. He gets one attack. That's fine. I'm okay with that, actually. Realistically. How do you feel about Dragon Zap?
Burn to a crisp.
Oh, you don't feel good about it, huh?
I can't believe it.
Yeah! We won, guys!
All of us, we won together. You give me 0 gold, dude, bruh. This was not a good idea.
This power. Have you been accepted by the spirits? Has a human been accepted by the spirits?
Yes.
So it was I who did not understand Lean. She put her trust in me. How stupid I was.
Oh, man.
If I had realized this earlier, I wouldn't have lost Lean.
This guy's putting all of his effort into this
No, Mullen.
dialogue right here.
It's not too late. We were all wrong. And Lean
It's
knew that
not
we would
too
realize
late.
this. That's why she bought us time.
Sorry, I'll stop ruining
Let's
it.
go together, Mullen. We can fight. If we all put our powers together, we'll be much stronger than Gaia.
Can I fight once again?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Have I, too, been given the protection of the spirits?
Maybe.
It's okay, Mullen. Me and Justin, Mullen, you and Lean, all of us live in this world. If we all work together, therein lies the blessing of the spirits.
To exhaust myself and fall in this place. That was the path that I was to follow. But my fate has changed. Let us open up a new future for Mother Earth. And for the people living on it.
Let's do it.
Let's go together, Justin.
Woo!
This time, I'll use my powers for all of you.
Sounds good, man.
Thank you, Mullen.
Thanks, Mullen. Is this Mullen's team? Oh shit. Phone was ringing that whole time. Mullen? Sergeant Nana, what are you doing here? You were discharged from service. Nana, just what are you up to? So our plan was to go together. When it comes to reinforcement, that do cost us to save a child of the wild beast. Justin, we decided to come and help out these here soldier boys. Thanks to you, Justin, there's a no more army or civilian. Everybody's gonna see it. All units and civilian. All aircraft charges for civilian shelters. Final attack preparations complete. All units awaiting order. There, Mullen. What am I gonna do with you? Jesus Christ, dude. All that text. It seems that I must give orders for everything around here. So be it then. I'll provide cover from the outside. Justin, Fina, focus only on breaking up the Spirit Stone. Okay, Mullen, we got it. And Justin, Fina, come back safely. You too. It's up to you now, Justin. Looks like there was no need for all of us to show up. Oh well, guess we'll just mop up then. Let's fucking go. Gaia, won. Oh. There's more game, huh? Alright, okay, alright. Still, there is something to be said about the money situation. Alright. I suppose we're back for maybe the final time, you know, never know. Hard to tell, hard to say, who knows? Who knows for sure? Okay. Hold on, I just want to verify I came from here, right? Okay. Yes. Alright. Okay. Some of you, I mean, somebody might have noticed I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks, I think. Which actually reminds me, I need to get rid of... I think I need to drop one of my videos, because... basically... gelatinous cube. Okay. Basically, I went on vacation. I talked about it, that I was going on vacation before I did it, so it's shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that I actually did it. But I was out on vacation all last week, and so yeah, that's it. Now you may be asking, oh well, why didn't you just upload? Why didn't you start doing it again when you came back? You know, like, because I was back. I came back Sunday. I thought I was going to be back on Saturday. But yeah, it turned out I wasn't going to be back until Sunday. Which is kind of a bummer for me. I wanted to be back on Saturday. Because that would mean that,
Holy light, seal those of evil hearts.
that would have meant I had all of Sunday to, like, recuperate from my vacation before I had to go to work. But no. I arrive at my home at, like, 5, 6 p.m. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just sit here and You know, I had some TV. I could watch Loki. I think I watched an episode of Loki because I had that waiting for me. So that was kind of nice, you know, to have that to take a look at. But that's it. And then I had to wake up for work the next morning, and I was like, well, what do I do? I wasn't sure if I wanted to like try to get. Because the next thing I needed to do was record this specifically. And I was like, well, do I want to record that tonight on Sunday? And I was like, not really. No, I don't. To be honest with you, no, I don't. And so I was like, oh, fuck it. Maybe I'll just, like, I'll do it tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow came around, and I was like, you know, I had to work. It was a Monday. It was an especially rough day. You know, I kind of expected my work people at work would be, you know, a little bit nicer to me because I was on vacation and they haven't heard from me in a week, and you know, but no, I come back, it's exactly the fucking same shit, and I'm like, okay, well, cool. So, you know, I worked really hard, harder than usual on Monday to do more shit than I'd ever gotten done, and I was just like, okay. You know, I'm like, okay, should I record it tonight? And I just didn't want to. To be frank with you, I just didn't want to. So I didn't. I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? I was like, well, maybe I can put it off for another week. Right? Maybe I can just put it off for another week and take a week to recuperate from back into making videos at least. And then I decided, well, maybe I don't have to wait a whole week, you know. Just a couple days, and then I was like, well, I left. The last thing I did was on Thursday, right? I didn't even finish what I was supposed to do on Thursday, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just start back up again this Thursday and just leave me all of that other time to just kind of chill out and relax and not have anything to do. Not that that's, I mean, I guess that's what vacation's supposed to do, but you know, you go on the vacation and then you're like, you come back and you're like, well, I need a break to just sit and do nothing for a fucking, to recuperate from the fucking vacation. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. I can't stand it though. I really need, like, cause it's a little bit exhausting for me to like be around people constantly and not in my own home, you know? Like, I'm sleeping in a different place. I gotta wake up to other people's voices. You know, it's just like you get burned out. So I got really burned out, and I really needed time to recuperate and fall back into, you know, my bullshit garbage that I do every day. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I decided today's Thursday. Maybe I'll get around to finally recording this. I actually have quite a lot to talk about here. Quite a lot of topics to discuss. But yeah. So here we are, and I'm gonna try to continue what I was supposed to do for Thursday. Actually, I don't know if I need to upload another. I gotta check what I was supposed to have up today. It might have been that Among Us video that I'm not doing. Well, yeah, I wanted to mention this. I had kind of run out of Among Us stuff. I was basically digging through a lot of stuff to see if I could go back to some of my earlier recordings, and see if I had anything else to use. And I found something. I ended up like creating a video out of it, and I was gonna put that up, and then, you know, I came back after a week and I was like, why am I putting that up? Why am I still putting out like Among Us content when I haven't played that shit for months? I mean, those recordings are so fucking old. I'm just like, if I'm gonna do it, I'd rather record something new. Like, I would like to play it, again, if at all possible. Like, it's not like I'm sick of the game or anything. It's just I don't see much point in continuing to put out that series when it just feels like it feels really dated at this point. It feels like just like it's not. It's old. It's old hat, you know? I need to just abandon those recordings and find something else to do. But I've been trying to think about something else to replace it with. I think that's been my big issue, is like I don't know what to replace it with. I don't know. I've been thinking about stuff, and I just don't have any ideas of like what I could possibly put.
Everyone, here we go.
Like I had some stuff, but it's all kind of old hat as well. Like I thought about doing Splatoon 2, just like playing online for that for a little bit, but I'm like, I never really played Splatoon all that much. I'm not that good at it or anything. It would just be for fun. I just don't know if that's the best idea. I don't know if it's even relevant enough to like try to do that. I just don't have many other ideas. But I don't know, I'm almost out of Sporkle videos as well, so like I'll have to come up with something there, but I didn't really expect how urgent that would kind of become. But it is really becoming very urgent, so we gotta figure something out for that. But yeah, if you were looking forward to more Among Us videos, I don't have any. I just don't feel like I have any. I really have to just scrape the bottom of the barrel of what I have left in my recordings to like make something. And at that point, I feel like I'm kind of just forcing it, and I just don't need to do that. So, and my sister still thinks, because she knows about my channel, she apparently still thinks I'm playing it all the time, and I'm like, I don't know, because she sees the videos and she's like, oh, still playing. Like, no, I actually haven't played that in like months. It seems like I'm still playing it, but in truth, I am not. I am not playing it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else to say about that? I guess I can talk a little bit now about so before, I had a couple things I wanted to kind of talk about before my vacation came up. There was a few things. Namely, the big thing was E3 happened. E3 happened just before I left for vacation, and boy, was it awful. boy, was it pointless.
Oh, power of ice!
That was wild. I was like looking through, like, cause I missed. I was trying to like follow it, but it's like hard for me because I don't know. Like I don't have entire days to spend watching it, you know. So I'm like,
not bad, eh?
I try to look up the schedules, and then I like miss shit, and then I just have to like search online, like what was announced. And so I looked it up. My controller's dead. Hold on. So I looked it up, basically what the announcements were. I was looking through them, and there was just nothing interesting at all. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I'm like, oh god, nobody's gonna care about any of this shit. There really was just nothing interesting. And then I looked at the Nintendo one, and it seemed there were a few interesting ones from the Nintendo side of things. I think they probably did better than anybody else. Like, nobody else had anything even remotely interesting to announce, but they had several cool things. Now the first one I noted down,
Oh, power of ice!
is that they announced, I think they said they were working on Metroid Prime 4. I think they said they're still working on it, but I don't know. I think I missed parts of it, so I think they said they're still working on it, but they didn't have any further announcements, which just kind of bums me out. But they did announce Metroid Dread, which, like,
Come back with
I mean, shit, dude. What a weird, what an out of left field thing to just announce. I was so, I don't know. I was like, that's weird. So I watched the trailer, and it looks all right. I mean, there's not really much to it. It's just like it's a 2D looking Metroid. It looks kind of it's very clean looking, I'll say. So I'm not sure how much I feel about the very like clean atmosphere of the like robots and stuff. And I'm like, I do like the weird alienness, and this seems like a very clean.
Everyone, here we go!
Do you know what I mean when I'm saying that? Does that make sense? I describe it as like kind of clean, a little too clean. I don't know. I need to see more of it. But Metroid Dread is actually the name of it was the original name of the sequel to Fusion. It was like a project that they were working on that everybody expected was just canceled for the longest time because they had like announced it, or they had like shown, they had done like a teaser, Metroid Dread coming blah 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 blah, and then like it never came out, so everybody's just like, okay, well, it didn't, that was not, that's just, it's just never coming back. I mean, realistically, this isn't like that was years and years and years and years ago. That was so fucking long ago that this is like probably not even remotely close to whatever that was supposed to be. Or maybe they did. Maybe they are basing it off of whatever work they had done during that time. I don't really know, but it's the sequel to Fusion, the long-awaited sequel to Fusion. We've never had a Metroid game that takes place after Fusion. It's just never happened. And I think it's partly because Fusion really changes Samus's whole situation very dramatically. So, you know, she's now permanently kind of infused with not only the X
Now you'll be okay.
DNA of the X parasite, but the Metroid DNA. So she's kind of infused with that. Her power suit is dramatically changed, which I never really understood, because they always said, like, they had to surgically remove parts of her body, of her power armor, because the X parasite had like infected her to such an, not just her, but her like suit. So the power suit had to be like surgically removed, and then like she describes it as kind of being reborn in this like, and the suit changes as well. It like changes into whatever the fusion suit is, you know, which looks kind of gross. So I was always kind of confused by that, because if they had to surgically remove parts of her suit, I was like, well, is it like attached to her now? Could she like not remove it? But I guess at the end, if you look at the screenshots from the ending panels, or whatever they're called, for Fusion, like she has an outfit, but I don't know if that's supposed to be, if that really means anything. So, well, this is Liette.
You're mine. Tra-la-la,
Hey, you know what I mean?
la-la.
I never really was very clear on that. But it looks like she's wearing a different suit in this, so I assume either the fusion suit was changed in some way, or it's a different
Please
suit or
protect
whatever.
us.
I don't really know. But I am excited. I'm excited. I just don't know that much about it. They did show gameplay, you know, a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So that's exciting.
Hocus pocus.
I mean, that was probably the most exciting announcement at E3. They did a Smash reveal, and I feel like the same way that everybody else feels about it, which is like, okay, you know, all right, whatever. Well, some people are probably like mad about it, but
You're mine. Tra-la-la,
I didn't really care that much. Like, it reminds me a lot of the, like, Terry announcement. It's just like, okay.
Blow, storm,
I don't know.
blow.
I mean, I've been feeling, like, I made that Smash speculation video, and I feel like that kind of,
All right, we won.
encapsulates, like, my thoughts about Smash reveals now anyways. It's just, like, it feels kind of pointless. Like, there's no fun in the speculation anymore. It's just, I don't know. It's just, do you like the character or don't you like the character? I don't know. The speculation is just pointless now because there's now, like, zero limits on who can get in. It's kind of the point I was trying to make with that video. Which
Hocus pocus.
actually, I think I was watching I think it was Scott the Waz. I think I was watching his, like, E3 video, and he said literally the same thing, and I'm like, okay, cool. So it's, I was, like, a little worried that I was, like, kind of alone in that, like, what I was saying wouldn't really make sense to people. Like, oh, who cares if you can't speculate about something? But I'm like, that's to me, that's like 90% of the fun of Smash.
Protect
It's
us.
just speculating on who's gonna show up, who can show up, you know, blah 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 blah. But now it's just like you can throw out any fucking name, and nobody can say anything. Like, you can throw out Master Chief. Like, I think Master Chief could be in. It's like, it probably could. It's probably will happen in the future at some point. I'm sure of it. You know, anything could happen. Kingdom Hearts. So actually, that's one of those that, like, kind of crosses the line a little bit. I think that's one thing you can still follow a rule for, is, like, they don't do non-video game characters or characters that originate from outside of video games, you know, because you could like make the argument like, oh, Mickey Mouse is a video game character, he's been in video games, but he's a Walt Disney cartoon, right, initially, so you can't really call him a video game character, if that makes sense. And then obviously they've talked about, like, Goku. People always request Goku, and they're like, we're not doing that. We're not putting it in. That's the only rule. They have to be from a video game. You guys are getting out of hand here. But who knows? Who knows when that'll change? You know? Who fucking knows? I fully expect it to change at some point.
They're there.
You know, it might take a while, but someday, everybody, you'll be able to have whoever the fuck you want in Smash Brothers. Superman, Batman's gonna be in there. Mickey Mouse. They're gonna put in Citizen Kane. Probably the dude from Pan's Labyrinth. Chip and Dale.
Hocus pocus.
Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest is gonna be in there. Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. Specifically her. And they'll put in Buttercup and Bubbles as assist trophies. Optimus Prime. Scooby-Doo. And they'll have Fred as DLC, I think, but anyways. Oh man,
They're there.
that would be super fun though. I feel like just to go fucking crazy, put whoever the fuck in. I don't know. That's like the only rule, and I think the only like game character that almost kind of crosses that line is well, I suppose there's characters that were created from like an IP that's, what am I trying to say?
Focus.
So, like, I'm trying to think of something. I guess, let's say you had an anime, right? And then you made a video game which kind of creates its own story and introduces a brand new villain that was never actually in the anime. And you would call that villain a video game character. but like something like that would probably not go into Smash Brothers, right? That'd be a little, because that'd be weird, because you would still think of him as like part of the anime. Yeah, like I was saying, I think Sora's the only one that kind of like toes that line, because I think, I'm not sure, but like Kingdom Hearts is like this crossover between, I mean, this I'm sure of. It's a crossover between Final Fantasy and Disney, but I guess it's kind of like who owns the rights to Sora exactly? Because would he be considered a Final Fantasy character or a Disney character? And then would he be like, or he could be like a crossover character. I mean, that's part of the reason they've never been able to use, no, sorry, I'm completely making this up. Never mind. Ignore that part. Ignore that part. But, yeah, since he's like jointly owned by Disney, I think that makes it a little bit of a weird situation. I think they're like, I don't know if we can do that. Because he's kind of like a Disney character at this point. So that might be a weird one, but I feel like, that rule shouldn't apply to Sora, personally. I feel like he is just a video game character. He's hardly a Disney character, even though. But I guess the weird thing is, like, what comes with Sora is like, oh, we gotta do stickers and trophies, and we gotta do, like, a final smash, and, you know, there's all the referential stuff that they have to do. And then at that stage, it's like, are they gonna put, like, Donald and Goofy in some capacity? Do they have, like, trophies or stickers of Donald and Goofy? You know, like Mickey Mouse, and all of these Disney characters would then, like, it would only make sense for you to include them, right? Because they're like, they're the biggest secondary characters in Kingdom Hearts. I think maybe that's where the like logistics issue lies with Sora. Is mainly like the stuff that surrounds him, especially like, I don't know how they would do that, but you like you couldn't not include that, right? You couldn't simply like ignore, like just avoid all of the Disney stuff that comes with Kingdom Hearts and just like only do the Final Fantasy / original side of it. That would just be ridiculous. You could do that.
Please protect
but like,
us.
would you want to? I don't know. And then there's the music. Who owns the music? I mean, some of the music is probably owned by some, I don't know. That's the whole thing, you know? That's the issue. That's the issue, I think, with that character is like, it gets a little bit weird. But yeah, I didn't even say who they announced. They announced fucking Kazuya in Smash. He's I don't know if he's the main character or like the default character, but he's from Tekken, which, you know, it makes sense. It's just another one of those like fighting game characters that I don't think nobody really cares about. You know, it's like I thought it was really cool when they put Ryu in, and then when they put in Terry, I'm like, oh, okay, sure, yeah.
You can't poison me. Take that.
You know, it's just like fighting game characters in Smash is interesting. It's just, I don't know, how much do I really care about this personally? Not that much. I don't know. Some people will probably get a kick out of it, but is anybody really like clamoring for that? I don't know. It was definitely not my first pick. Definitely not the first character I'd be like, hey, can't wait for them to add Bruce Wayne. I don't know what I'm doing.
There, there!
No.
Please.
I mean, I still have
protect us.
characters I want to see, but I have like zero faith that they're gonna happen. A lot of them are still first-party characters that they haven't even fucking done yet. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of my main asks are still first-party characters. Weirdly enough, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I really want Crash Bandicoot," or something that they've been their crazy dream character that they've been thinking would be cool for years. But you know, I was a realist. I was a realist when I was younger. You know, I always looked at the first-party characters. I'm like, "Yeah, you're not gonna, idiot kid, always thinking you're gonna get a bunch of third-party characters. This is Smash Brothers, not video game brothers." What does that even mean?
There, there!
Yeah, I don't really, honestly, I don't really like that trend of them putting in so many third-party characters. It's just getting annoying at this point. Because now it's just, it just seems like they're, instead of like picking a character that they think would be like, oh, this would be a fun thing, it's like a popularity contest of like, oh, well, this character's really popular, a lot of people requested this one, you know, that's all it is anymore. It's like, Smash is not just becoming obnoxious. You know?
Can't poison me. Take that.
Like, how many of the new DLC characters have actually been that fun? Like, I think, Mithra Pyra I thought was good. I actually kind of dug that addition. That was kind of one that made sense to me. Like, if it were just that one, I think I wouldn't mind it so much. I'm about to just fucking die here. I'm killing these fucking
Gadwin, secret
globules.
move! Dragon King Slice! Alright, we won!
I feel like I was just sitting there as they divided for like half an hour or some shit. Alright. Tear Gem. Is it Tear Gem or Tear Gem? Restores 3 SP. Well, that's lame. Like, can I... So, like, the issue here is that that'll go down. You know? Should I even bother to fight these fuckers? Kind of stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
Here goes.
I don't want to keep taking too many chances with these. I could use some heals, actually.
By the blessing of God.
Yeah, what the hell was I talking about? I don't know, Min Min was decent, like an understandable addition, but I've never cared to play as her, so... You know, take that as you will.
Please protect
I don't know,
us.
that's what I want is like the first parties, and then the third parties are just like, whatever. Terrier's like, whatever. You know, what's the other one? Sorry, I was just thinking of it. Oh, Minecraft. Minecraft Steve. That one was ridiculous. You kind of expected it to happen, but... I don't mind that one so much, but it does feel like one of those where they added the character not because they thought it would be fun, but because they gotta put in Minecraft now. I'm like, well, I don't think that's how we should be choosing characters. Like, I think it's much better if it's like, oh, we're gonna pick something based. All right, I fucking hate these things. I'm just gonna kill them. Leone, you have nothing good. Like, this is the most annoying fucking enemy that I've ever had to face. Goodbye.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice. All right, we won.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just kind of a whatever edition. Like I said, some of my more. Well, what the fuck? That's not what I wanted. Why would you lock me in? Oh, they didn't. Okay. Kind of cringe. Ignoring. Like I said, most of them are first party. I've always thought, like, one of the ones, like, there's a lot that it doesn't make sense that they're not in the game already. Like, Dixie Kong. I've been saying this for years. Dixie Kong should have already been in the game, like, years ago. You know, she should... years ago, she should have been in there. It's just, it's kind of a crime that she's not, you know? Kind of a crime. Oh, hello. So that's one. I mean, for that matter, you could dig into the whole DK crew if you wanted to. You know, dip into Lanky Kong, Chunky Kong, Tiny Kong. You could dip into what is it, Kitty Kong? All the Kongs.
Take this.
I always thought Dixie Kong should be in the game already, and it's honestly insulting that she isn't. As
Come on, back for more.
moving on from that, I mean, I feel like it's been said a million times. So like Isaac, Golden Sun, they should have put him in around Brawl. And if he didn't make it into Brawl, he should have been in Smash 4. But now it feels like they've missed all those opportunities to put him in, and now it just feels like it'd be weird to put him in now. When he's, like, not relevant anymore. You know? Okay, well, this is kind of cringe. I don't know. But I keep saying it. Put them in. Some of the ones I actually kind of predicted would be... I didn't really predict. Some of them I said they shouldn't put this one in, and then they put that one in. Like, because I made a whole, like, video about what characters I think they could put into Smash Ultimate. And I speculated about, like, Dark Samus and Ridley. I was like, they could put Dark Samus in. I feel like they probably will. Because she's such an easy, like, you could just make her a clone. But I said in that video, I'm like, you shouldn't do that. But they will. You know, they will do that. Or they shouldn't make her a clone, but they will make her a clone.
Power of ice.
Ridley, I've always been one of those guys that's like, it's not gonna work, you know?
There.
I didn't think it was gonna work, and then they just fucking did it, and I was like, okay. I still think they shouldn't have done it. I don't know. I still think they shouldn't have done it. I hope everyone's happy with their weird-looking, tiny little dragon man. But,
Come on, back for more.
I thought that was silly. I thought there were much more sensible options for Metroid. I think that was part of it, was like... people were always, like, ridiculous. Like, I always thought Ridley was a ridiculous suggestion. It's like, you don't deserve to get your character in because your suggestion is so stupid. He's a giant dragon. Like, you can't put him in. It's like, let's be smarter about this. Who else from Metroid can we put in? Well, there's all the hunters from Prime Hunters. There's the 3 hunters from Prime Corruption. Prime 3 Corruption. They could put in like a space pirate character. They could do, I mean, they could do SAX. I always felt like SAX if they tried to do, or SAX? What the fuck do people say usually? Do they say SAX or do they say SAX? I've always said SAX, but I'm realizing now that it sounds kind of stupid to say that. Yeah, I don't know. And then, you know, following that, they could just do something weird and creative that would be kind of fun. Like, I had this idea for an X-Parasite character, because you could do an X-Parasite and they can basically transform into anything. So you could have it, like, all of its moves be it, like, transforming into these various Metroid monsters. Like, you could have it transform or have its default form be, like, a space pirate, right? So this basic, like, humanoid form, and then it could transform into, like a, I don't know, a Metroid, whatever else, a Zoomer.
Blow, storm, blow!
What are those little bats?
What a
And then, of course, like, its Final Smash, it easily just could be one of the bosses. I would recommend the, oh, maybe Nightmare. Nightmare would probably be cool. I was gonna think, I said that as if someone just suggested Nightmare to me, but I just thought of it. Nightmare, I think, would be the one that would be the most iconic, I think. But then there's, I was thinking, like, the one that has the speed boost, the, like, water snake thing that moves really fast. Like, I think that would be a cool one. But I think Nightmare would actually be the one they probably end up using. Unless they just use the Metroid Queen. No, because he wasn't... Oh, it would probably be the SAX, wouldn't it? SAX. That would actually make the most sense, I think. But I always thought, like, they should do some weird shit like that. Like, that'd be really fun. You just gotta be a little bit more creative about it, you know?
Everyone, here we go.
That could work. Metroid character. You just gotta think about it sometimes, you know? I mean, one of the big ones that people usually suggest is Noxus, because I think it's Noxus, right? From Prime Hunters. And the reason for that, if you don't know, is because Noxus is always the, he was one of the most mysterious of the Prime Hunters. We didn't really know much about him. And then, like, he was teased at the end of Prime 3.
See my power!
You see his little ship, for whatever reason. And they were like, well, why, though? But why, though? So it seems like he was gonna have a larger role in the Metroid universe, and that's why people, like, kind of think of him more. Okay, there must be a boss. Well, there sure was. Okay, well, I'm not exactly ready to fight that. I want to see what's over here. I don't know how long this fucking dungeon is gonna be. Oh, okay. I was got confused for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Have I gone that way? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of more interesting ideas. You could pick from some of the, like, WarioWare characters. Like, I don't know, dude. I feel like they used to be...
Oh, power of ice!
It used to be fun and creative, and it's like, ah, what new Nintendo character could they bring up? And then they throw in, like, oh, it's Lucas from Mother 3. Whoa, you know? Like, that's fun.
Pretty easy.
Like, would they realistically put in a character like Lucas from Mother 3 in current day and age? I mean, maybe they would. Mother was pretty popular, but as, like, a DLC character, I don't think so. It just doesn't. It's not like the most popular character that they could think of, you know. Rather, they'd put in like Minecraft Steve. I don't know, but they still have like. I guess Mother 3 was kind of new when it came out. I'm trying to think of if there were like characters that they put in brand new, even though they weren't relevant anymore. I mean, in Melee they kind of did. They put in fucking ice climbers and like Pit. No, Pit. They put Pit in Brawl. Nobody knew who the fuck Pit was.
100 million volts, take that!
See, I miss when they did that shit. That shit was fun. Should put in Stanley from Donkey Kong 3. That'd be epic. I don't know. It was just more fun when they did that. They suck now. But I was always thinking, I still want Isaac. I still want, I feel like this is one nobody ever brings up, but Batten Kaitos. Batten Kaitos is owned by Nintendo. It's a Nintendo franchise. So they could put in the dude from Batten Kaitos, right?
Holy light.
Like, I'd be down for that. Plus, the
Sound?
soundtrack from Batten Kaitos is amazing. I mean, it's done by the same guy who does the soundtrack for Golden Sun. Which is partly why I think I want both of these in there, because their soundtracks are really freaking good. And that's great music for Smash. Plus all the referential shit we'll get to see, you know. Plus, maybe it'll inspire people to want to play the games, and then we'll get a sequel. Did I do it? I don't understand. Okay, hello. Yeah, you know. That's how I feel about it.
Blow, storm, blow! What
I
a
don't know.
cinch.
There's character variations that I always thought would be fun. Like, you know, there's all the different forms of like Link. Link has like a billion different forms, you know? You got like Oni Link or Fierce Deity Link. What the fuck is this? There's 4 combinations without without replacement. So there's 12 times 2 is 24 possible combinations. Okay, what the fuck is this? Stop. What? That was both dumb. That was so dumb. It was so dumb. Ugh, this sucks. I mean, what do I do? Am I just supposed to try every possible combination? Or is there like a specific one? I mean, it seems like they respawn the monsters, so that makes this more annoying than it would be normally.
Come here. That was rather simple.
Yeah, see, it respawns the monster. So I need to get these 2 specific here. So maybe I'll just mess around with this for a second, see if I can figure this out. Okay, I got that one. Light whip. Okay. Just 2 skill, not bad. Can anybody else use this knife, though? Nope. Wild. Okay, I'd like to get this gem, and I think I can avoid the, enemies. Oh my god, this is the worst fucking attack, dude. Why does he throw balls for like an hour? Why? Why did they decide that was a good fucking idea? Oh fuck. I'm gonna have to write this down because I can't fucking remember after these fucking 20-minute battles what combinations I've tried. Oh shit. Well, this might start being a problem here. I think the best course of action here is to fucking run.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, that was so stupid. My thought process was like, okay, if somebody... I'm just gonna keep trying to raise my stat levels and shit until somebody dies, and oh, fuck off. Until somebody dies, and then I'll just use Dragon Cut and win. But what I didn't take into consideration was the fact that they had lowered my defense 7 levels and were fucking murdering me. And so I didn't have a chance to get the Dragon Cut off. And so then things became very serious at that exact moment. That's when things got serious. Now I'm trying my very fucking best to try these stupid combinations, but the fact that they respawn these stupid monsters makes this an obnoxious process to do. See, there's already... Oh, there we go. I did it. Fuck. Get me out of here, dude. Okay. Chain gem. Was that even worth it? I mean, what does it do? +1 That was not worth it. Oh well, we got it, you know. At the very least. Lucky, I guess. There might be multiple... I think there's multiple combinations for each one, because there's 6 of them. Some of the combinations do nothing. But I've had combinations that release a monster that were different, but they release the same monster. You know what I mean? So it was a whole stupid thing. I don't know if there was some actual process. How do I get that? How do I get that? Wait. How do I get that? Wait. How do I get that though? Oh. There's a string there, which means I could get up on top of this somehow. That's kind of quirky. That's kind of quirky. Oh well, let's fight this thing, I guess. Does it really stand much of a chance against me, Justin, Destroyer of Worlds? I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see all of that, but it was really fucking annoying, because I kept getting attacked by monsters, and it would always take forever for me to get through it. What are we doing here? I mean, you know, we could always just use our best abilities until they run out, you know? We're fighting bosses.
Secret move! Dragon King Slice!
I don't know if that'll even work.
Try this one.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I stopped talking
Holy
about
light,
whatever I was
sear
talking
those with
about.
evil
I think I was
hearts.
talking about Smash Brothers, and then I got into doing that shit. Well, anyways, other E3 announcements. See, this is one of those things where I'm like, should I? I mean, if I use this, I'll still have enough for a Resurrect.
Take this.
But these are all gonna be Nintendo announcements because I literally didn't give a shit about anybody else's announcements. They were just not interesting at all. Oh, they did announce like a Final Fantasy game that's kind of like an action-oriented that takes place, as they say, in the world of Final Fantasy 1.
Gadwin's secret move.
That's kind of
Dragon King
interesting,
Slice.
but at the same time, kind of not interesting. Like, what is the world of Final Fantasy 1? I mean, it's not that, like... It's not that, like, it's not a super developed world. Is it? Did I win? I mean, as far as I remember, it wasn't really. Like, it's back in those, like, basic RPG era. Like, it had a world and it had characters, but it was just like you walk between towns, and then there's caves, and there's dwarves, and there's elves, and it's just like... I don't know, I can't remember anything specific about it, you know, about the world of Final Fantasy 1 that I'm like, oh, I'd love to see that in the modern age in 3D.
Try this one.
It'd be cool to, like, see references to that, I suppose, the storyline, but... of the crystal, the warriors of the crystal or whatever.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
I don't know. I still think it'll be it looks like a cool game, at the very least, so. We're, you know, we're excited. We're excited out here.
This'll teach you.
We're looking forward to it. That's all I can think of. They announced like some sort of pixel remasters of every Final Fantasy game. I feel like I don't know. I don't care about that because it's just like, you know, I've already played. Actually, I am gonna use Symphony. Fuck you.
Everyone, here we go!
Symphony's really good. You know, the Final Fantasy games are like on every fucking platform at this point. I mean, I think so. You can play them on anything, dude. It's just probably not necessary at this point, especially if they're already on PC. Like once something makes it to PC, it's like you don't need to release it on anything else. You know, it's just like that's all you needed to do. There you go. It's there. Yeah, some people may disagree with me, but I don't know. It's just like in terms of like preservation of games, like I'm not. I guess for me personally, is like I don't have to have a game on. Like if a game's on PC and then they release it again on Switch, I'm not gonna buy the fucking Switch version. Like why would I buy that? I don't need it on Switch.
Big win for us.
Yeah, I guess for some people that's the thing they have, and they're like, oh, well, I've never played this game, and I have a Switch, so I guess I'll buy it on Switch. I guess it's for them. You know? SP Potion. I kind of want to go back and, like, save real quick. But yeah, so I don't personally care. Pixel remaster, what's that even mean? What does that even fucking mean? They're not gonna do anything to them. It's gonna be exactly the same game. Like, what do you mean pixel remaster? This is one thing I worry about is like there's some games I consider to be kind of perfect. Like, I feel like you'll ruin it if you try. There are some like 2D pixel games that I feel like if you try to remake that in like a 3D environment, you will just ruin it. Like, there's not, I don't think there's any good way to do that. Oh, okay, there was a save point up here. Well, I didn't know that there would be. You know, I didn't know. I simply didn't know. Like, first game comes to mind, Super Metroid. I don't think anybody could remake that in like a 3D style and have it be good. Or have it be better than the original. I just don't think it's possible. I think it just is like perfect as it is, you know? Like, I really don't want people to mess with that and like try to be like, ooh, we're gonna update it, make it better. You can't. You can't do that. It's impossible. You simply can't. Another game is I feel very strongly about is Link to the Past. I feel like I don't think anyone should try to remake Link to the Past either. I feel like that's a mistake. That'd be a mistake.
Don't think you can get away.
There, there!
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you shouldn't remake a lot of the Final Fantasy games in 3D. Well, I feel like you can do it for some of them. I mean, they did do it, I guess, for 4. Did they do it for 5? I know they did they did like a DS remake, I think, for 3. I thought they did it for 4 as well. I could be wrong about that, but I thought they did a 4 remake on the DS. I actually kind of appreciate 3. They can do it for 1, 2, and 3, I think. I'm kind of okay with that. Because those games don't feel like as full of life, I guess, as... I really don't know what I'm trying to say. But you know how, like, 4, 5, and 6 on the Super Nintendo are very, like, character-driven, story-driven? 1, 2, 3, like, 2 has characters. 1 doesn't. 1, it basically is, like, create your own party, and then you create, like, a warrior and a thief. And, like, you can give them names, but, like, they're not characters. They don't communicate in the storyline, you know? It's just, like... So it kind of feels, in that way, a little bit lesser, as opposed to, like, 4, 5, and 6, where you have, like, these fully blown characters that have these
Don't think you can get away.
backstories and develop over the course of the story, you know? It's like with that, it's like there's an emotional core that you have to hit. And if you mess that up by making it look stupid in 3D, it's just, you know, you can kind of mess with that shit when you remake games. So I always say treat a remake as if it's a different game. You know, it's not the same game. You shouldn't play it in replacement. I kind of learned that over the course of my life. But I felt that way about, I played Majora's Mask, the Majora's Mask remake, which I was so fucking excited for. When that was announced finally and came out, I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest day of my life.
All, come here.
And I played it and I'm like, huh, there's something different. There's something not as good about this. And I've seen people talk about it before, and they talk about how the atmosphere is completely different. Because they've like remade this in such a way where it's very bright and colorful. Whereas a lot of Majora's Mask kind of relies upon this really dark and mysterious feeling. Like, you kind of need the colors to be what they were. You kind of need the game to look like it did in order to get the same impact out of it, you know? But it's hard to communicate that, I think. The game just does, if it looks different, it feels different. You know? I don't know if that makes sense. The Majora's Mask, I don't, as a remake, I think it's good. I think it's a good game. They did a good job with it. It's just like, it doesn't feel the same. I played it and I'm like, this doesn't feel the same. It feels very different. Like, I need to play the original version. That's the only time it feels right. It's like, this is it. Yeah, this is Majora's Mask. Not this 3DS remake. I don't know.
Not bad, eh?
It was weird. But I haven't played, I did buy the Ocarina of Time remake. I never played it, though. I actually own every single Zelda game now. I just had, like, a weird night where I was like, I'm gonna buy every single Zelda game and make sure I own every single one of them in every form. Not in every form, but... So I now have every Zelda game. I even bought Four Swords Adventures, finally. Which I desperately needed. That was like the one big one, I think, that I didn't have. I was like, I never owned Four Swords Adventures, so I was like, I need to get that one. You know? And, it was that and Skyward Sword as well. I didn't have Skyward Sword. Yeah, I have both of those. I have all the remakes. I have everything. Oh, I didn't have Spirit Tracks as well. I never played Spirit Tracks. So I had to pick that one up. Yeah, it's just been it was a long journey for us. But we made it in the end, you know?
Now you'll be okay.
Yeah, I've got all those. Why was I talking about Zelda? Oh, because I was talking about games they shouldn't remake. I don't know why. Yeah, they shouldn't remake those. But they announced a new... They're doing full remakes of Advance Wars. This is a good segue. I don't think this is why I brought up the topic of remakes, but I did want to talk about the Advance Wars remake, because I played Advance Wars. I actually didn't play till college. I emulated the first Advance Wars, and those games are so fun and they're so good, and I really hope they continue that series, because it is a really good series. If you like Fire Emblem, if you like at least the strategy part of Fire Emblem, it's a little similar to that. It's basically a strategy game that plays kind of similar to Fire Emblem. Basically, you get like a series of... I hate this fucking attack so much. You get a series of like units, and they're basically so you get like basic soldiers, and then you get like anti-aircraft cannons. You get like little jeeps, which are better as scouts and not really good attackers. You get all sorts of little units that you can use to sort of go around the map. And it does have Fog of War, which is something to be noted. Which is like when you can only see so far as you've scouted out, basically. So you can't see the whole battlefield all at once. It's a really good, it's a really solid strategy game, and it's a lot of fun. And they did 2 games. They did Advance Wars 1, and then they did Advance Wars Day, what's it called? It's Advance Wars DS, whatever it was called. The DS one. Dual Strike? Something like that. They always did this where the, like... with DS games, there were, like, several games where the second part of the title would be the initials DS. Advance Wars is one of them. I think it was Advance Wars Dual Strike. Another one was
Ha! Take that, I'll kill ya!
they made a Full Metal Alchemist game, and it was called Dual Sympathy. The only other one I think I can remember at the moment is the Resident Evil 1 remake, because they did a DS Resident Evil 1 remake, and it was called Resident Evil Deadly Silence. So it was kind of a little bit of a trend there for a little bit. Everybody was doing it. It's one of my favorite things to notice. Every time there's a DS game and they have that little thing, I'm like, oh. Guys, did you guys notice? Anyways, that's really cool. I think those will be fucking great, and I hope it'll revitalize interest in the franchise, because it's really fun. It does have characters. It's got a storyline. It's very anime. I mean, maybe not very anime, but it's a very fun franchise. So that's actually a really big announcement, because they haven't acknowledged that series since the DS. So, like, that's more of a big deal than people probably think it is. I mean, that's not that different from them releasing, like, I mean, it's really not different. If they were to release, like, an HD pack of the Golden Sun games, like, it would be the same thing. Like, it would be the same level of, like, holy fuck. That's wild. Actually, I think I'd be more excited for the Golden Sun one, but it's not that far off, you know? It's pretty much the same thing. Golden Sun had 2 Game Boy Advance games, and the last was a DS game. Advance Wars had 1 Game Boy Advance game and 1 DS game. It's the same shit. But that's how hype that is. And I feel like you guys you probably don't appreciate it as much as you should. Of course, then there's people who don't know what Golden Sun is and never played it. Played Golden Sun? That's my, like, #1 recommendation. At least if you like RPGs in any capacity. If you hate RPGs, well, Golden Sun's a very different type of RPG, so you might still like Golden Sun, but because there's, like, moving around the map, and you do, like, interact with stuff through, like, synergy powers, which are basically, like, these elemental-based, like, psychic attacks. So you can use, like, this certain ones, like, you can freeze a puddle, and you can, like, push a rock. You can push a rock from, like, far away. You can grab something with catch. There's one of the coolest abilities in the game is this mind-reading ability, which basically gives every single NPC in the game a second level of dialogue, where if you can just read their minds and see how they react to that. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's wild. I love that game so much.